So good morning to surviving my 80s and to my kitchen. And I'm going to do a little bit about kefir today. Before I start, I just want to say I don't make kefir and starting now making the kombucha just because it's fun, and it is. I enjoy doing that. But I really do want to survive my 80s well. I know finally there will be an end. And both of my parents did not make it out of their 80s. I don't really expect to live much beyond their age limit, but what I want to do, I want to live while I'm living. I want to do it well. And I want to do it for two reasons. For me, for one thing, maybe that's the main thing. I want to do it for Tom, but I want to also do it for my neighbor's son. I know from experience how hard it is to care for your aging parent that isn't well, that's doing not good. And I would like to make it easier, as easy as I can for him. So that's the object of all the things that I do to help me survive the 80s and Tom, so that we may do it as well as possible. And you're never too young to start on that road. So this morning I want to show you, I'm going to show you how you're supposed to do the kefir and how I do it. So I'm going to start. I was running out of milk, so none of these have a lot of milk in them. First of all, you don't want anything metal, and so I've had this sitting out. It's very thick, but it needs to get the grains out of it. So I'm going to pour it through the nylon strainer, and it's going to sit here and drain while we're talking. Hopefully. That's the object of this thing. And I do like kefir. It's the only way I drink milk. For years I was milk intolerant. I think more. I had a problem with milk because I at one time got way too much antibiotic, and it took a long time. Oh, I'm looking for a long time for my system to get back where I could tolerate milk. And I still don't drink milk unless it's kefir. You're going to see me scoop the bottom out. I'm not going to waste any of it. Okay, there it goes. It's in the soapy water. Now, that's more traditional, and it's almost done. But now I'll show you how I do it. I think. Okay. The grains, for one thing, seem to come to the top. That's where they like to be. So I go in with my wooden spoon. There are a cluster of grains. Another cluster of grains. Oh, a lot in here. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, the rest, and there'll be some on the bottom too. But basically, I think I'm just going to pour a little bit in here just to start the whole thing going. So there I have it. And put these over here out of the way. Okay, this is going to start my new jar. This is my old jar. And I'm going to pour myself. Oh, and it's very effervescent, I can tell already, because, oh Oh shoot, I got a little speck in there of something I don't want. Okay, now I've got the spoon in there because I'm going to eat it. Mmm. Mmm. I probably let it set longer than 12 hours and it gets so effervescency. Anyway, oh, and these are coffee filters I put on top with a rubber band, and there you go. And I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. And now, and this is organic milk. It's whole milk. It's not been homogenized. Unfortunately, I can't get raw milk, but this is next best I can get. And we just got it. I'm going to shake it a little bit. Okay, now I really like to put it in my new pitcher. And so I'm going to pour the whole, and is there any, okay, this is fairly new milk, so the cream hasn't got really heavy at the top. Lots of times they're so heavy you couldn't pour the milk out. Okay, so that goes in to be washed. Okay, then I've got my grains in here, a little bit of the culture, or the kefir, and I'm putting it in the jar. I'm pouring the milk in, and it's whole milk, so it's getting some cream in there too. Fill it up. I get a new coffee filter. And I put it on top, and with a rubber band, and there it is. I put it over here, and it'll sit, oops, it'll sit there until tonight, or if I forget, it won't go in until morning. And the longer it sits there, if I forget and I don't get it until morning, I can see it sort of separating, and when I drink it, that's when it's more effervescent. It's really, really nice. Okay, a little piece of cream is stuck up here. I'm going to put it down. Okay, this goes in the refrigerator, and I love my new pitcher. So, that's what I do, and the kefir, I'll start another one with these grains. In fact, the trouble is, I don't have a lot of jars right now because jars are full of things. So I've got to wash this one really quick, and I shouldn't have put the milk away because I'll start the new one. But yeah, I start out with so many empty jars, and then by the time in the summer there's not so many jars, and I like to use the wide mouth jars the very best. Okay, I wish this was drained a little bit more. But we'll go for it. And I'll start this one. We'll have two going. But Tom and I both drink it. We both like it. He doesn't drink as much as I do, but then he drinks some fresh milk. And I think, okay, now, this, what do I want? I just want something to put this in. This kefir will thicken up. You know what? I think there's enough. I can just, yeah. Actually, I'm going to pour it into here. And so these are my finished kefirs. And what's left, I'll drink to my health. So there we go. And I just want to, before I end the video, I want to talk a little bit more about the kefir and how I started. Okay, we'll start this one going. Now, isn't that easy? When I made it on the ranch and I had my own milk, I just come in and I like a new one and make it with the fresh milk. And I had a wood stove, and I would it had wonderful warming ovens. And I wouldn't do this. This would be a summertime thing. I wouldn't do it when the stove was really on or burning. But I would start my kefir. I'd put it in the warming ovens. And there you go. Oh, this one sits out too. Okay, so tonight and in the morning, I'll have 2 quarts of made kefir. Okay, and when I first started out, because we moved here, of course we didn't have any more goat's milk, and things changed. And for some reason, I wasn't wild about store-bought and kefir. I don't know why, but so it just didn't work. And then I thought I'd like to really try to make my own, especially after reading how much goodness is in it and what it does for us. So to start with, instead of getting the grains, I got some culture powder. And what I'd recommend is, it's called Easy Kefir from Cutting Edge Cultures, and you can order it off of Amazon. And it's Easy Kefir from Cutting Edge Cultures. It's one of the best, and I bought, I forget, it comes in a package of several packages, and they will make up to, each package will make up to 14 quarts. Well, I really, really liked it. And then when I got to the end, I had a wonderful subscriber, I still have her, and she sent me some grains. And then I started. And at first I thought, well, it's a little different. It's just a little different, but I love what the grains do. But start out, oh, it's cute. You can't see it, but evidently the neighbors have some children out blowing bubbles, because I can once in a while see a bubble go past the window. But it's just, start out perhaps that way, go to your grains, and then there you have it. Once you start, it's so easy to maintain and do. And all of the goodness, again, that you receive from kefir. You know, it's a probiotic food. It's just so much in it that helps us. I wasn't thinking I'd tell you all the benefits, but it has benefits. It just does. It's just something that we should make part of our diet. And then the kombucha will have a little bit different strains of probiotics. And then I don't know if you can see it off to the edge here, but my cultured sauerkraut does another job. And so all these things I think are important to me to surviving my 80s, making it easier, even though I won't live forever, but why not live as good as you can, as long as you can? So that is my object, and I'll let you go and have a good long life. Start making kefir and kombucha and cultured foods. It's fun besides that. What else are you going to do?